Hi everyone. For this week's discussion, I wanted to talk about, for number one, it asks, sorry, what ethical considerations do I feel should impact my business model? And after watching the Indistractable video with y'all might have said that wrong, I'm not sure. But once I watched that, I thought about how all of these apps and things that I specifically use are used to meet some kind of need, whether it's boredom, curiosity, loneliness, whatever. And while I don't think that's inherently bad in and of itself, I do think that sometimes app developers and business owners may not think of the negative effects that it could have. And so I think that ethically, a consideration that I would have if I were to make an app or something, I would definitely think about the negative impacts that that could have potentially on consumers and my audience and users, because while places like Facebook are good to connect with your friends and family, it could also go very negatively, because if you spend hours and hours and hours on Facebook going to marketplace, sharing posts, or back in like 2010 when you could play like was it Farmville or you could like poke your friends over and over again, like all these things become addicting, and then it becomes like you're neglecting your actual life. Like people would, I remember, would sit in classes in college, in my undergrad, sorry, and they would just be on their phones using like Facebook and like that. And I was just like, we're supposed to be in college. Like we're in class. Like you're paying for this class and you're just sitting there on your phone. Like it never made sense to me. So I do think that like apps need to, well, I would need to think of like how to deal with that negative effect. Um, and that would be like a one big one, because I know that I get like distracted easily from my phone, and most of the time it's fine, but like it can be a problem. So I would think about that. For number two, I think that the biggest thing that I could do in like to create a product, a business, and then think about selling in the future, the most important thing that I think that I need to do is to keep emotions in check, because me as a person, I get attached to things and people very easily. Um, and if it's my stuff, I get super attached. I don't like to share or give things that belong to me away. Donating kind of is hard for me. I was youngest in my family, so it's always been like, these are my things. um, so it's very hard for me to like let things go sometimes. And I feel like if I were to create my own business, it would be very difficult to sell it and let it go. But realistically, that's the move sometimes. And I think that I would need to keep my emotions at a distance and separate myself and my being from my business, because yes, I might have made it, but it's not a part of me to that extent. So I think that would be the most important thing, thinking about myself specifically. Would I be able to do it? I would hope so, but it definitely, it might be hard, but I do think that I would need to keep certain things strictly business and not let emotions get in the way of like contracts or business deals or like major decisions. I need to keep myself in check, or have people keep me in check, because sometimes I think that I am keeping myself in check and it might not be. So if I have people around me who can tell me, hey, let it go, then it might help me better. So yeah, that's what I have.